This video is brought to you by Portrait Mode. I am on my way to, let's say, Germany's Tokyo or Germany's Japan, because today there is the Japanday in Düsseldorf, which has a very big Japanese community, so a lot of cosplayers, a lot of people, a lot of Japanese culture, and I'm very excited to take some photos. Nicht ganz alleine. So we're right in the middle of the chaos. It's really crowded, it's really busy. We're actually in the back alley right now because it's just too much. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. Well, but I'm here with my GoPro, as you can see here, and I also brought my X100V, so all digital today, which feels kind of weird because usually I shoot film most of the times, but now that I have this camera, I just thought it's time to also use it. Since I grew up close to Düsseldorf, I've been a regular visitor of the Japanday for many years. Usually I went there to hang out with my friends and also people watch, observing all of these incredibly cool outfits and costumes. This time, however, is the first time where I also went there for street photography, which makes you see an event like this from a totally different perspective again. For those who might not know, ever since the beginning of January 2023, I started a self-imposed challenge to only shoot black and white. Initially, the plan was to do so for 6 months, but since ending the challenge at the hardest time during summer felt like chickening out, I decided to try to stick to it for the whole year.
Sieht richtig gut aus, mega. Vielen Dank. Ciao.
The Japanday is an event where shooting color would have been an obvious choice. But of course I decided to stick to my challenge here nonetheless. To be honest, shooting solely black and white here is something I probably wouldn't have done under usual circumstances. But somehow I really like the results of it, and I feel like black and white actually helped me to tame the chaos around. Even though the colorful outfits cannot be captured this way, the photographic style appears more documentary-like and puts emphasis on things like the composition, shapes, contrasts, facial expressions, and the overall dynamics.
Ihr dürft anfangen.
Okay, so one thing that's been really challenging for me today is to really stick to only black and white. There's so many colors going on, so many colorful costumes, and it's a nice day, of course. And yeah, that's kind of been hard to stick to black and white and to not get tempted to actually shoot color. But I'm gonna stay strong. For the whole day, I've used the Fuji X recipe from Fuji X Weekly using the settings shown on the screen. This gives me a look and texture that feels rather close to what I'm used to when shooting film. Since I find the recipe to be a bit on the darker side though, I used exposure compensation around +1/3 or even +2/3 of a stop. All the images you see here are JPEGs straight out of camera or only with light adjustments regarding the exposure. Just for the fun of it, I looked through the raw images in my Lightroom library, and after seeing all the images initially in black and white, there were only a handful of frames I would have actually preferred in color.
Alright, thank you.
In case you want to see more of my work and get regular updates about things like my black and white challenge, you should consider checking out my Instagram at Karin Majoka. And another way to support my work, connect on a more personal level and get a glance behind the scenes is through Patreon, where I offer a range of different perks. Thank you so much to all of my current Patreons. Without you, these videos wouldn't be possible in the same way.
Irgendwas namens Apollo suche ich.
Apollo ist da, das weiß ich.
Aber da muss ich jetzt eine Umleitung gehen.
I was planning to meet a photographer friend of mine, but finding each other in the crowd was almost impossible. Not only was it hard to get through the masses of people, but on top of that the whole mobile network crashed, so calling or messaging each other didn't work. A more comfortable way to connect to people would have been portrait mode, who's also the sponsor of this video. Unlike the name might suggest, portrait mode is a website for street photographers where you can upload your photos to showcase your work, build your portfolio and also connect to other street photographers from all over the world. One big advantage portrait mode has over other social media platforms is that it was specifically designed for street photographers, so that it's possible to tag the equipment but also settings used for a photo, as well as browse the site by categories or even camera models. Recently there was also a portrait mode app released, which makes finding inspiration and discovering photographers even easier. The website is completely free to use, so if that's something you're interested in, check out the link in the description box down below.
Oh, endlich! Hi! Hi! Oh, du Scheiße, war das ein Krampf. Hi, sag hallo!
Digital?
And after almost 1 hour of searching for each other, I finally managed to find my friend.
Das macht mehr Spaß für mich. Street ist auch cool, aber dann mal Film und finde ich auch Film hier so ein bisschen schnell.
Yeah, this is Radek, Cześć, and he's a friend of mine from Münster, and we will actually go to Katowice in Poland together to do a photography kind of holiday trip. So we're kind of warming up for that, getting started with taking photos together. So I'm very excited for the trip. But for now, back to Japan. Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung, darf ich ein Foto von euch beiden machen? Das sieht gerade richtig cool aus, wie ihr hier so an der Wand sitzt. Genau, beachtet mich einfach nicht, tut einfach so, als wäre ich nicht da. Zwei Freunde von mir und noch zwei Freunde von denen. friends, and then we're gonna go back to the main Japan Day kind of promenade, sit down, chill, maybe have a drink, but it's really, really exhausting. I'm a little bit, in German we call it reizüberflutet, which means there are just so many impressions, so many things to soak in, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed by everything, but it's been a very fun day so far.
Erstmal Espresso, dann Wasser.
Ja?
Aber ja, so.
Entschuldigung, das Outfit ist mega. Dürfte ich ein Foto machen? Ja. Gerne auch mit Zigarette. Ich finde, der Kontrast ist super. mich nicht beachten? Ja. Sehr gut. Vielen, vielen Dank. Ist super gut geworden. Ciao. Alles gut. Boah, der Mülleimer, ey, guck mal.
In my opinion, the Japan Day is one of the must-visit events for street photographers, especially if you happen to live in the west of Germany. I will most definitely try to attend again next year, even though the train journeys are usually a disaster. And of course, I would also be interested to hear your thoughts. So which of the images did you like the most?
So we are now here at the Rhine Promenade to kind of end the night, have a couple of drinks and chill a little bit, and also stay here for the fireworks. Yeah, but overall I think I will stop shooting now and just enjoy the time with my friends. It's been so much fun, yeah, and just so much going on. I really hope that there's a couple of images I can use and that are kind of working, because for me it was kind of difficult to only shoot black and white when there are so many colorful people and costumes. But yeah, I think it was a fun challenge as well. So yeah, I hope you got a glimpse of the German Tokyo. So please let me know how you like the event and if you've been to an event like that before yourself, or maybe even to the real Japan. So that being said, I would say thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.